Spreading all around my room, my world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the video here on the World of Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the St. Louis Blues Relocation franchise here on Madden 25. Today's a special video because it marks the beginning of a new era. There are new beginnings here in St. Louis. We have won 4 straight Lombardis, 4-time Super Bowl champions in the six years of the franchise, I think. So we've been pretty good, to say the least. But today marks a new generation. No longer do we have Trevor Lawrence as our starting quarterback. We sent him away in the offseason along with a few other players. A bunch of draft picks came back in return. We used some of those draft picks in the last episode during the offseason. We still have a bunch for the next couple of off seasons. And we have a new quarterback, most importantly. How is this team going to perform? The only way to find out that is to simulate the season and see how we do. We're going to simulate like we usually do, simulate weeks 1 through week 10, play a few games, jump here and there just to see the new team, and then next episode will be the final episode, or will be the weeks 11 through 18 like we normally do. I don't know how this team is going to perform. I think we're going to be good. But then again, we could perform badly because maybe we picked a bad quarterback. I don't know. I'm very curious to find out how good this team is going to be. Can we make the playoffs again? Let's find out. If you're going to enjoy, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club, and let's go start this new era of Blues football the only way we know how. So here we are. It is the 2030 regular season, week number 1. Let's take a look at this new roster, or at least this new offense that we've put together here. We have our new starting quarterback. His name is Addison Arrington. He's 23 years old. He's in his second season here in the NFL. He's a star dev player, but he has potential to be a superstar player because he's already got pretty good accuracy. He's got decent speed, decent acceleration, and he's young. He's got a lot of potential. I like him a lot. I'm glad we picked him. Now, I don't know how he's going to simulate, but at least right off the bat, initially I'm excited. We also added a new running back, so no longer Blake Corum. It is now Landon Whitfield, who is our running back. He's got decent speed for a running back, but he can't really catch the football, and I like to dump off to my running backs a little bit when we jump in simulations, so we'll see if that affects anything. He is very decent running back, though. With that superstar dev, that's going to help out a lot. Blake Corum also had that. We add a new wide receiver. We do have LaMichael Dotson still. He's still here as the number 1 receiver option. But we add a new guy in Larry Sharp, 6'4", 234. He's a massive, massive guy. He's got great catching. He's got great speed. He's got great route running. I mean, he's just an all-around fantastic player, and he might very well pass LaMichael Dotson very soon if we have a good season. We still got Brian Thomas, and we still got some young players down here that are normal dev. Offensive line looks really solid, really well put together. Left tackle's a little bit low overall, but he'll grow after one season. He'll be probably like an 85, 86. Then we've got 2 tight ends who I like. We've got McCain and we've got Lowell. And on the defense, we managed to keep Will Anderson Jr. and Dallas Turner. I was trying to trade Will Anderson Jr., but the cap and all the money just, it wasn't going to work out. We weren't able to make a trade. So Anderson Jr. stays. We've got Hodges still here. The defensive end spot is figured out, at least initially. We've got Archer, who we drafted this past offseason, along with Sims. They're both 75 overall. I don't know who I want to start. Probably Archer would make the most sense because he's got the dev trait. So we'll see how he goes. We also have Sanders, who we drafted. We've got Batman Michael Keaton at middle linebacker. We moved him from outside linebacker into the middle. We've also got really good corners with Ferguson and Starks having superstars, some veterans like Gonzalez and Cooper DeJean. We're looking pretty good. This team, even though we did rebuild a little bit, we reset some of the players, it still managed to be a pretty good team. Now, our team captains, we still have Dallas Turner, who remains a captain since he didn't move anywhere initially. And same thing with Will Anderson Jr. And I think our third captain is going to be Gonzo. Yes, he is. I thought that I made him the captain already. Christian Gonzalez is our third defensive captain. On offense, I think it's time LaMichael Dotson becomes a captain. If he's not already, he is already. Okay, perfect. So LaMichael is. Did I already do this? I can't remember if I did this already or not. Did I make an offensive lineman a captain? I don't remember. Did I make Grant? Okay, so Andrew Grant is a captain. I feel like I already did this. But who is the third captain? Did I make somebody the third captain? Because if not, I'll make Adkins the captain, Lawrence Adkins. Do I want to set him as... There we go. Okay, so Lawrence Adkins is now a captain on the offense. I don't want to give it to Addison Arrington just yet because he hasn't earned anything. He hasn't even played a snap for us. Speaking of playing a snap for us, as I have loaded in an auto-generated draft class, we are going to jump into game number one. I don't usually jump into game number ones, but it's the debut of a lot of new players on this team, and I want to see how they perform, especially against a team like the Dallas Cowboys. So we're going to jump into this first game against Dallas. It's a new era. Addison Arrington's the quarterback. How is he going to perform? Let's find out. Let's jump into game number one. This could be considered a tough matchup against the Dallas Cowboys. They're similar rated as us with the overalls and stuff. We're tied at 7 right now in the second quarter. Big third down. I might jump in on defense. Don't usually jump in a lot on defense, but we do have a couple of new faces out here, so might as well give it a shot. Archer seems to be playing inside a little bit, which isn't the worst thing in the world. He's a pretty high-rated defensive tackle. The Cowboy quarterback, I'm not sure who it is, but he throws it away on fourth down. Good coverage by the boys. They do get a field goal out of it. We have a third down option. 16 seconds with one timeout. Can we make anything happen here? I mean, we're close to field goal range. How does Addison Arrington look on the field? He looks pretty good. And McCain, he's got great blocks by Brian Thomas Jr. McCain, touchdown Blues. Oh, it's electric. Brandon McCain, Addison Arrington, what a pairing. The blocking from Brian Thomas Jr., by the way, I mean, out of control. He blocked that man way longer than he needed to, and it worked out to perfection. You know what? I might try to feed him here with a nice little catch for him. Brian Thomas Jr. with the catch, and he's got himself a big-time gain. 2 touchdowns, 130 yards, and a pick for Addison Arrington. I want to go instant replay here for a second because I want to take a little peek at Addison. I want to see how he looks in the Blues uni. He doesn't look too bad in it. Looks pretty comfortable in the uni. He's got a good throwing motion. That's always something you worry about when you get auto-generated guys, what their throwing motion is going to look like. Because sometimes you get the ones that have the really, really slow, long animations, and it really kills their play. But Arrington looks pretty good. It felt pretty fast on the field and stuff. So I'm excited about it. But our new addition, and maybe next year he'll earn a captaincy if he leads us to a playoff spot. I mean, obviously. But we got to get ourselves in the right headspace for that. That is our new quarterback, though. That is our new guy, among other new players. So let's get back to the moments as we score 21-10. Nice. And they're going for it on fourth down. They got it, and they got the 2-point. So it's the end of the game. A chance to win this one if we can either score or just waste as many minutes and seconds as we can. 10 carries for 33 yards for Whitfield. Not too bad. I would expect him to have a good season this year. Although he's not like the highest rated player, so usually running backs don't simulate that well when they're not like super crazy high rated. As Brian Thomas Jr. I probably waited a little bit too long to throw that. But Arrington with 3 touchdowns, pretty impressive. That gets us to the 2-minute warning. Now Cowboys will start using their timeouts. We should be able to get this done. Our offensive line's pretty good at blocking the run. And look at that. I mean, we opened up a huge hole for Whitfield to run through. He's got 11 carries for 40 yards now. He gets the first down. Cowboys start using their timeouts. One more first down ends it. A touchdown certainly ends it. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. The moment I busted through that hole, I knew that was going to happen. I knew he was going to break off. That's always what happens. Micah Parsons, we're running at him. That's never a good sign. But he didn't even make the play. It was his teammate, number 33, who made the play. And that gets us to a 3rd and 7. But all the Dallas Cowboy timeouts have been used. So if we can just get a first down here, it's pretty much in the bag. And if I fire that right there, what a throw! If Trayvon Diggs, I think that's Trayvon Diggs. I don't know who else would be 7 at this point, but that was a very predetermined throw. If he had better reaction time, he could have picked that off. But on inches, I'm going to scramble with Arrington, and Arrington fumbles the ball, and it's recovered, but it's not for a first down. Dallas will pick it up. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I should have either thrown it or just kicked the field goal. I'm not sure, because Dallas might have a chance to win here. But we do. We hold on for the victory. That's huge. We start season 7. I think it's season 7 with a win on Thursday night primetime. And Arrington looked pretty good. He had a pick, he had a fumble, but for the most part, 3 touchdowns, almost 200 yards through the air. The defense really did a good job. We'll see how Arrington simulates when we're not jumping in. We'll see how he just does in base simulation. But that was an electric touchdown throw that he had to Brandon McCain, that's for sure. Let's keep moving, though. We got a lot of games to get through. We got one against division rival Houston, who we've had some pretty good battles with in the past. We will lose 26-20 against Houston, so we're 1-1 on the season. That's not ideal. I thought we'd be able to beat the Texans, but remember, we're still young. We're a young team for the most part. We do have some veterans who are high rated, but we got a lot of youngsters. We take on, who'd we just take on? The Chiefs, and we lose that game as well. Are we going to be bad? This team doesn't seem like it would be bad. But through 3 games, only 1 win's not showing me any promise, I wouldn't think. Let's take a quick look at the draft capital that we have, because I realized I never showed that to you. So after all of the trading that was done, including Trevor Lawrence and other players that we traded away, we were able to come away with a bunch of first-round picks from last year that we used. And then we added another first-round pick from this year that's going to be this year with the Raiders. That was also, I think, in the Trevor Lawrence trade. We added a couple of second-round picks, as you can see. And then the year after, we got another first-round pick for the Trevor Lawrence trade. So we're sitting pretty comfortable with draft picks. And that's just from last year's trades. If we want to go in the offseason this year and make some trades, we could still end up getting first-round picks, even more first-round picks. So it's not guaranteed that those are all the picks that we're going to be able to use. We do have a few important people that need to get re-signed, including our starting right tackle and our starting number 1 wide receiver, and Isaac Favors at right guard. We might start restructuring again because we need to get those guys back. I guess I could franchise tag, but I don't really want to lose those guys. Taking on Miami here, they're also not off to a great start through the first month of the year, but they do get back on track by beating us. Is Addison Arrington not the quarterback that we thought he was? We have 1 win through 4 weeks of NFL football. We're at home against the Bears. We probably jump in at week 6 against the Colts because they're leading the division right now, and we are not. So let's simulate past week 5 against Chicago. We do pick up a win. That's big. That maybe starts the snowball effect. Maybe we start dominating some games now. Larry Sharp gets an upgrade point. I'm telling you, he's going to pass the Michael Dotson very soon. He's just seems to be a little bit better. But it's game time against the Colts on the road in Lucas Oil. We're jumping in. We are going to hopefully get consistent wins and make it 2 in a row against a division foe. We're going to jump right in here. Red zone opportunity. First opportunity to see the offense on the road at Lucas Oil. Can we get the job done? And I when I was loading into this game before they showed me the play the moments option, they were showing some stats for some of the players, and Addison Arrington's stats were on the screen, and he's got over 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns, but only 2 interceptions. So it doesn't seem like the losing is being caused by Arrington, at least not directly being caused by him. It might be the fact that our defense maybe is letting up too many points. I'm not 100% sure why. But Arrington doesn't seem to be the problem, which is good because we invested a lot into him by trading away our actual franchise quarterback who had won us 4 straight Super Bowls. Now we were able to get a lot in return for him, but still, we invested a lot and hoping that he can turn out to be the truth. I guess we'll have to find out. As we're late fourth quarter, the Colts are trying to tie it up, and they do. 14 to 14. They tied it up less than a minute to go. Talk about bad defense. Maybe it is the defense that's the problem because that is annoying. 23 seconds now between us and overtime, and I can't get the ball away. Whiteside with the sack. I had an open man across the middle, and I was about to hit him as I got sacked. That's super frustrating. I just needed a couple of more seconds. That time I was able to get it away, and that time Sharp can't bring it in. The ball just needed to be actually, the ball wasn't that bad. It was a decent ball from Arrington. It was a decent ball from Arrington. It's just annoying that first play, I couldn't get the ball away because I got sacked right as I was about to throw it. Oh, I think that might have a shot. Oh, maybe not because it's underthrown. Dotson can't bring it in. And it'll be a punt, unfortunately, with 6 seconds to go. Oh, that first play, man. That first play. Is that going to be a bad punt? No, that's not a bad punt. If I don't get sacked there, man, I have such an easy time getting a game-winning field goal. I just needed like a half a second. But we go to overtime. This is not ideal against the Colts. Not ideal. Can we get the job done? Can we deliver a victory? On the run, Brian Thomas Jr., tough catch, but he holds on. Real tough catch. We'll go halfback slip screen. Slip. Get it out to Whitfield, and Whitfield's got some room. Juke movie. Juke like 2 players, maybe 3. Good job, Whitfield. Has the Colts had the ball yet? I don't know. I think we're the first team to have the ball in the overtime period. So I don't think if we score, it's over. We might find out right here. Thomas Jr. on the slot fade. Brian Thomas Jr. touchdown. Addison Arrington feels real good. And that is the victory. It's a walk-off. We score first, and we are victorious here against the Colts on the road. I'm telling you, man, Addison Arrington feels real good. He's got a good delivery. His stats are helping him. And he's not making many mistakes. As I told you, he has like 2 picks the entire season so far. He's not making many mistakes. And he's quick enough to be able to escape the pocket, make some things happen, make some magic happen. So he feels really good. I'm happy that we made the decision to go after him. We've got our bye in week 7, and then we will go to week number 8 where we can do national focus. I'm not even sure what our national focus should be as we take on the Colts again. Dallas Turner gets an upgrade, so does Kendall Irving. Let's say Kendall Fuller. Kendall Irving. All right, so our national focus, I'm not sure what it's going to be. We have defensive end, outside linebacker as our scouts, or as our expertise. Neither of those are the strengths of the nationally of the class. Should we just do defensive end? Yeah, let's just do defensive end. You can never have too many defensive ends. So we'll do that as the national focus. And we will move past this game against the Colts. We just played them, so I'm not going to jump into another game against Indianapolis. This time they beat us 37-35. That's annoying. We lose another game. We might not be as good as I maybe thought initially we could be. The team overall maybe is a little misleading. Maybe a little better than we actually are on the field. Maybe we're better on paper than we are on the field. We take on Cleveland on the road. We lose that game as well, but we have a linebacker breakout as we're going to jump into the final game of the episode. Cooper DeJean gets an upgrade, so does the running back Landon Whitfield. Who's this linebacker breakout going to be? It could be for anybody, honestly. Is it going to be for Batman? For Michael Keaton? It's J.T. Harris, the other middle linebacker. Okay. Intriguing. We are going to jump into this game against New England because it's the final game of the episode, but I don't think J.T. Harris is going to have a better shot with me jumping in to get 3 tackles for loss. Patriots on the road in Foxborough. My favorite team, obviously you guys know this by now. We are going to probably let's wear some different uniforms. We don't really break out the alternates, the grays very much, so let's break out the grays. And you know what? I'm feeling a little frisky with the Patriots. They're gonna rock the old school, the Bledsoes, or the Bill Parcells. We're gonna rock these ones. And hopefully we can beat the Patriots. Man, is it good to be alive in Foxborough as we take on the Patriots end the first quarter, trying to get the W to end this episode on a good note. Every time we've jumped in, we've had fairly decent success, especially with Brian Thomas Jr. Maybe that's telling me something about how goated on the sticks he be. Brandon McCain also a very good tight end. Him and Lowell, getting them in the same draft is going to end up being like our Rob Gronkowski, Aaron Hernandez type. Hopefully, they neither of them end up being Aaron Hernandez. At least on the field, I hope they turn into not off the field. But I mean, getting two tight ends in the same draft that are both unbelievably good is quite the pull. It is quite the pull. Hand off to Whitfield. Can he bounce it outside? Of course he can, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Blues. These Patriot uniforms are pretty clean. They're super nice. I like them a lot. They're not better than the Brady ones, because those ones I have more memories with and more good memories. I never watched the Patriots when they were wearing these uniforms because I wasn't born yet. And then when I was born, they had already changed. So I have obviously more fond memories of watching them in the Brady uniforms. But these ones, I will admit, these ones are nice. They're better than the ones we're rocking currently. I don't like those uniforms at all. The red on the shoulders just does nothing for me. I don't like them. And I have too many bad memories of them losing while they're in those uniforms. So I don't like those uniforms very much. I hope they switch to maybe if they switch to these uniforms, but like an updated version, I think I'd be okay with that. As I'm going to take a sack there on first down at the goal line. That's kind of annoying. I didn't really try to do that. 4 seconds left. Got to put it in. Got to put it in the end zone here. This is risky. McCain. Oh, I shouldn't have thrown. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Touchdown Blues. Brandon McCain. Man, he is goat. He is goated. Oh, that was crazy. He broke 2 tackles to get in the end zone there. I shouldn't have thrown it in the first place. I made a bad decision there. He was well short of the end zone by the time I threw it. But he dogged his way in. He is great. Oh, I screwed up here. I should have thrown it earlier. Oops. Oopsie poopsie. That's not ideal. Okay. Who's going to get open on 2nd and 10? I guess it's Brandon McCain again. Can I break another tackle? No, I can't. That gets to 3rd and 6. Let's go with an under. I'll roll to the right. I'll try to find Thomas Jr. or maybe Sharp. Maybe I'll roll to the left and find Sharp. I don't know. I guess it's just whoever gets open first. I see Sharp open first. He holds on 1st and goal. I thought for sure he was dropping that. Absolutely. Absolutely thought he was dropping that. The handoff to Whitfield. He bounces it. Whitfield, lower the shoulder. He's almost in at the 1. At the 1. We'll try it again. See if he can get in this time. And he is denied at the 1 again. Come on. You're going to get in, Whitfield. The 2-minute warning. Please don't take him out. Let Whitfield get this. Don't have anybody shark it. Okay, Whitfield is in. Come on. They can't stop you 3 times in a row. It's not possible. He's in. Untouched. Touchdown Blues. That's probably the game. There's no way the Patriots... Yeah, we shut him out. 21-0. The Patriots might be pretty bad. I'm not 100% sure. Drake May didn't throw a touchdown, obviously, because they shut out, but he had 105 yards. And Addison Arrington looked pretty darn solid. I'll take it. I will take it. That's a big dubs, big ups for the boys as we deliver a nice, beautiful, delicious end of the episode with a big victory. And Brandon McCain is really impressing me. I'm hoping he can have such a good season he goes up to superstar dev because that would be ideal. Did JT Harris get the linebacker breakout, though? I'm assuming he didn't, but you never know. We said it. Oh, he didn't get it. Darn it. Yep. He didn't get it. He got 2,500 XP, but no dev trait upgrade for JT Harris. Next episode, we will finish Season 7 and hopefully bounce back after kind of a rocky episode. We do have another linebacker breakout. That could be JT Harris again, or it could be somebody else. It could be Batman. I don't know. But we've had a rocky start to the season. Luckily, this division's kind of mediocre this year, so we could still win it. with a solid episode next episode. But season 7 is underway. It was a little rocky, but I like Addison Arrington. I think he is the guy for us. We just got to simulate a little bit better. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Thank you so much. Stop by and watch. I truly appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.